Hello, 3-week government students. Um, Thought I'd make us a video just to make sure we're all on the same page and we understand what we need to get done and the amount of time we have to get it done in. This class goes really quick, so we don't have time to lose. I know some of us are in the Thanksgiving mindset, but we need to at the very least make sure we're have our minds wrapped around deadlines and what we need to plan on getting done to be successful in this class. So right off the bat, you guys, most of you have taken the orientation quiz. If not, get that in today. And then as best I can, I'm going to, with my camera work here on my phone, I'm going to go through the class. I know some of it can seem a little confusing, but just because I had to condense things in. So the class is divided into 2 units, and each unit has a number of chapters. Each chapter has some assignments with a chapter quiz. That's why it's essential that you have the Lockdown browser installed to take those future quizzes. In Unit 1, you have a midterm paper. You'll see the topics and what have you to pick from and to write that paper. You also have a discussion board. In this class, we use scholarly sources for almost everything, so you need to make sure you know how to do that, and I'll give you a quick run through on how to quickly access those from Blackboard. You also have a discussion board in each unit, and those will also require use of scholarly sources. You need to have references at the end, and you need to respond to a classmate for those. So it's probably a little heavier than other discussion boards you've probably done for other classes. Now, the confusing part is you may see a term project proposal that's due before the midterm paper. It has nothing to do with the midterm paper. The term project proposal is for your final term project in this class. So sometimes people send me it in the midterm. In a longer term, we don't have that scheduling issue. I just have that due after, but because it's so tight, it's due before, and so I just don't want you to confuse that with the midterm paper that's for the term project. So you're just gonna basically you're showing me that you can locate scholarly sources and get those in. So that's essential to understand. So let me show you how to find those. And just so you're aware, a scholarly source is a peer-reviewed journal article. What that means is someone wrote something and they sent it into a journal, and that journal found other experts in that field to review that before they publish it. So we kind of consider that a higher level of scholarship. So things that are usually have the word journal or review in the title. That's usually a good sign. Things that are not scholarly journals would be like the New York Times, Texas Tribune, a website. Now you can use those in addition to your scholarly sources, but make sure you achieve the mandatory minimum sources when you write your paper. But you can certainly use data and facts and things like that from secondary sources, but that's not in lieu of the scholarly source requirement. So I'm going to do the best I can here to show you how to quickly locate these things. So if you come here to the Research Center tab on your Blackboard, and you go ahead and log in with your credentials there, and what I would do here when you get to this page, click this radio button, so you're only looking at peer-reviewed. Make sure this is clicked where it says full text, and then when you type in your search term, Texas, we'll look at Texas tax policy, whatever comes up will only be qualified sources that you have full access to. So to what extent changing tax policy can influence the risk, if that's relevant to you. So you can do your own search and finding things right there. But by doing those things, your source will be quality. And so make sure you know how to do that. If you have problems, please contact the librarian. That's why they're there. So hopefully you have your mind wrapped around what needs to get done in this class. Please be very mindful of those deadlines. This class is a very heavy class. It's designed by the department, and it's can be done at a very high and successful level, but it's in your circumstance, you really got to stay on top of the deadline. So, and then one last thing, I got a few emails. All you need is the textbook. You don't need an access code or anything like that. So if you find a used copy of the book, you should be fine on those things. So by all means, send me an email if you ever have any questions. I check it all the time, and I hope our class goes well. I'm glad to have you.